This man is Bob Lazar. Robert Scott Lazar is an American conspiracy theorist and self-proclaimed physicist who claims he was hired in the late 1980s to reverse engineer extraterrestrial technology. Bob Lazar explains and says these flying saucers aren't like what we're used to, where you hit the throttle and speed away. It kind of teleports, and that's faster than the speed of light. But what we're really trying to figure out, is he telling the truth or is he a fraud? If you don't know what the Area 51 is, you have to know that it's an air base and they do different types of flight tests over there. But why is this top secret place so famous? The main reason is the Bob Lazar thing since 1989. When Bob Lazar left this place, he's been talking about it nonstop. It was starting to get a little quiet. Then in the year 2019, Bob Lazar released a documentary on Netflix. In this documentary, Bob explains how the flying saucer actually operates. He would say that around the UFO there is a magnetic force that looks like a heart shape, and it uses this magnetic force to operate and move around. He even says that it moves it in such a speed that it's faster than the speed of light. He even says that inside this magnetic force, it's so different that it doesn't really experience time inside of it, and if you're inside that force, you're experiencing a different time. All of the planets, stars, dwarf planet, have a magnetic force, but they can't move like a flying saucer. Bob Lazar says they can move it, but you would have to be able to control it like the flying saucers he's talking about. If somebody can control the magnetic field of the planet, they can move that planet. But that's from the mouth of Bob Lazar. He says that's nothing if you control the magnetic field of a flying saucer. You could also create wormholes around space. Bob Lazar says you could create the wormhole, but you need an intense amount of energy, not the energies that we're used to, like a hydrogen bomb type energy. The amount of energy we need for something like this is something like the energy of a planet. Bob Lazar says the fuel of this thing is element 115. He says with a few kilograms of this element you could start this thing. Bob Lazar claims these things, but physicists don't really believe him, and they say if we create wormholes, it's gonna be like a black hole, and it's gonna have an insane amount of gravity. And in a way it's gonna suck up the planet and not let us do anything. When Bob Lazar speak about element 115, everybody laughed at him because it's 1989 and there is no such thing as element 115. Element 115 was discovered around 2003 by the Russians, and they named it Moscovium. And it's also known as MC. Just like we said, Bob Lazar claims element 115 is the fuel of this thing. Bob Lazar also says this UFO adds a proton to element 115 and turns it into antimatter. It's good to know that we don't have much antimatter in this world, and its no is one of the most expensive matters in the world. He also says the thing that actually powers and moves this thing is antimatter. But he doesn't have much else to say about it, and he doesn't explain how antimatter actually works and moves this thing. Since 1989, when Bob Lazar started to claim that he did all this stuff, he never changed what he said, and he's been telling the same story ever since. He has never changed what he said, even though they call him crazy, they call him delusional, and some say he's a fraud. A lot of people believe him, and obviously some don't and call him a liar. But I could also say that I'm an alien, but who's gonna believe me? I might be an alien, and I'm telling you to not believe Bob Lazar. What do you guys think? Is Bob Lazar telling the truth, or is he just making it up? Please comment. Thank you for watching video. For more support, please subscribe channel and share videos with your friends.